All right, let's talk about something a lot of us wear like a badge of honor, perfectionism. But what if it's not a badge at all? What if it's actually just a really, really fancy suit that you're wearing to hide the fact that you're just procrastinating? Yeah, let's dive into that.
So, let me ask you this. Do you ever find yourself waiting for the stars to align, for everything to be just perfect before you even start something? Or maybe you're the opposite. You get a project almost done, like right up to the finish line, and then you just stop. You tell yourself, oh, it's just not ready yet. Sounds familiar? If it does, you are in exactly the right place.
You know, we're kind of taught to think that perfectionism is a good thing, a virtue even, a sign that we have high standards. But here's the idea we're going to unpack today. It's actually a lie. A really sophisticated, elegant lie that we tell ourselves to hide something much simpler. Let's just be real for a second. When we say, my standards are just super high, what we often really mean is, I'm terrified that people might judge this. See, it's not actually about the work itself. It's about protecting ourselves, our ego, from the possibility that we might not be good enough. So that brings us to our first section, the perfect lie. We're about to strip away that fancy mask of high standards and take a good, hard look at what's really going on underneath.
So yeah, this is the whole idea right here. Just picture it. Perfectionism as this custom-tailored, expensive suit. It looks impressive, it gets you nods of approval, but underneath it's just a cover for procrastination. It's time to take that suit off and face the truth.
So what happens when we live in that fancy suit all the time? Well, that brings us to our next section, a place I think we all know a little too well. We're calling it the graveyard of potential. 80%. Doesn't that number just feel familiar? This is for all those projects that are so close. I mean, the hard work is done, you can literally see the finish line, but for some reason, they just stall. They get stuck there, forever almost finished.
Oh man, my hard drive is a monument to this. You know, ebooks that are just missing that one last chapter, songs that just need that final little tweak in the mix, amazing business ideas that are just on hold because, the logo isn't perfect yet. These things aren't failures of creativity, they're victims of perfectionism.
So why? Why do we do this? Because at 80%, a project is just pure potential, right? It could be a masterpiece. The moment you call it done, though, that potential becomes reality. And guess what? Reality can be flawed. Reality can be criticized. It's just so much safer for our egos to stay in that potentially magnificent zone.
And this leads us to another classic move for the perfectionist. We can call it the shield of not ready. And this one is extra tricky, because on the surface, it looks so productive.
So on one side, you've got the illusion. This is the story we tell ourselves, right? I'm just investing in myself. I just need to take one more online course, read one more book. But then you look at the other side, the reality. What we're actually saying is, I'm not ready to step into the ring and maybe get knocked down. It's just procrastination dressed up as self-improvement.
The fancy suit has now become a full-on suit of armor. It feels safe, right? Like it's protecting you from all the criticism, from the possibility of failure. But in reality, that armor is so heavy, it keeps you from ever getting into the arena to fight in the first place. You're just stuck on the sidelines. Let this one really sink in. That perfect, flawless masterpiece that only exists in your head, it has exactly zero value in the real world. But a finished, published project, even one with a few mistakes or rough edges, that could actually change someone's day or even their life. Imperfect action will always, always beat perfect inaction.
Okay, so enough about the problem. How do we actually break out of this? In our last section, we're going to get practical. Welcome to your good enough mission. It's time to trade that heavy armor for some action.
Here it is. This is the antidote. I want you to practice the discipline of good enough. And I use that word discipline on purpose. This isn't about being lazy or just lowering your standards for no reason. It's a very conscious, deliberate choice to prioritize finishing something over making it perfect.
And here's your game plan, step by step. First, go into that graveyard of potential, the folder on your desktop, and pick one project. Just one. Second, finish it, as is. No new features, no more tweaking, just get it done with what you have. And third, and yeah, this is the scary part, you have to release it, ship it, send the email, publish the post, let it go.
This is your new mantra. Seriously, write it on a sticky note. Say it to yourself in the mirror. Done is better than perfect. Because the goal isn't perfection, the goal is completion. Finishing things creates momentum. Finishing things teaches you lessons that agonizing over that last 20% never, ever will.
So that's really the choice, isn't it? You can stay safe and sound inside that heavy suit of armor, completely exhausted by the weight of your own potential. Or you can take it off, feel the freedom, and just finish something. The world doesn't reward perfect potential, it rewards finished work, flaws and all. So I'll just leave you with this one question. What are you going to finish this week?